G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. So here we are on the desktop of Ubuntu Kylin. So just have a quick look at computer here, Windows network, and again it doesn't work. So I don't know, well it was working the last time I tried it a couple of months ago. I have started it up a couple of times since then, but I didn't go back into the network. So I don't know what's going on with the network there. Very strange. So we can see here if we put caps lock on, caps off, nice little touch there. You've got a Kylin assistant, software updater, the control center. The control center is a little bit Windows-esque there. So you've got your system. Oh, that must have been the assistant, Kylin assistant. So that took a while to start up. It must have been going through what was on the system. So you've got home, cleanup, system cache, cookies, history, system info. Looks like we cannot full screen that. Desktop, CPU, memory, motherboard. It's got some really good information there. Hard disk drive capacity. Nothing. Oh, what's that one? NIC info. Fair enough. Monitor, graphics driver, Radeon. Cape Verde Pro, Radeon HD. Can we make this bigger? Audio. Seems to be cut off a little bit there. Device driver. Okay, so we can hover over there and get the rest of the information. Like so. There we go. But I don't know why they don't allow it to full screen. That would make more sense to me, but that's just me. And then you got some toolkits. Kylin Software Center. System Monitor. Let's check that out. Resources. So we're running at 30.5%. It's a nice little graphical display there. Memory, 40% memory. So it is running rather high, I would have thought, for a Qt desktop. Then again, I'm not really sure. I know it's all Qt based, but... And then you got the file system there. So that's not too bad. Yeah, the memory's a little bit on the higher side than I would have thought. But it has got some nice graphical displays, maybe that uses a lot of memory. And then you got Shred Manager, Shred File, okay. So that's that. So under System here we got Display, oops, Default Apps, Power, so you can change PC sleep time, close time, when lid is closed for a laptop. Saving, minimize performance. What's that do? Minimize performance. Let's just check that out. Toolkits, system monitor, memory. Or it hasn't affected performance much, has it? Alright, okay, so that didn't do anything. Fair enough. Auto boot. So these things here are all auto booting. Add an auto boot there. Printer. Add printers. Mouse. Touchpad. No touchpad on here. Shortcuts. Show all shortcuts. Doesn't seem to be a lot of shortcuts there, to be honest. Terminal, launch web browser. However you do that. Yeah, there's not a lot of shortcuts there. You can set custom shortcuts and audio. So as usual, my output device was on Yeti stereo. I changed it to the built-in audio and it's changed back to Yeti again. Don't know what it is with this Yeti mic. Just seems to take over everything within the audio. It can be fairly annoying, to be honest. Let's go back home. So I think under system, I think you can run through these things here, which is devices. Yeah, okay. So all of these menus here are actually all these menus down the side. Then you got background. What backgrounds we got? Not too many, but some nice colourful ones there. Oops. Picture. That's another thing I don't like, is when you scroll on these, they change. I don't like that, because you've got to be very conscious to stay to the side of that. I prefer them not to do that, but that's just my opinion. We're on the dark mode. Let's try the default mode. I think the default mode probably looks a bit better than the dark mode. Couple of icon themes there, some cursor themes, screen lock, show picture of screen lock on screen login, lock screen when screensaver boot, select screen lock background, fonts, screensaver program, Ubuntu UKUI, and some desktop options there. So you can turn off computer menu, settings menu. Oh, I think that's in here, is it? So settings menu and computer menu, gone there. So that's all part of the menu. File system menu and trash menu. Let's check it out. And that's them there. File system and trash. Tray icon, simple screen recorder. Let's try that. Where is it? This one here, is it? Pause recording. Okay, that's good. So you can choose to add which ones you want in the tray. Nice. Network connection, VPN and proxy. User info. Add new user. Date and time. Should be correct anyway. System update. Check update and backup. Backup your files to other drives, and when the original files are lost, damaged or deleted, you can restore them to ensure the integrity of your system. So what are they using as a backup tool? We got an about backups. Deja dupe. Okay. Begin restore. And then we got notice, settings, get notifications from the app, power statistics, and about. Ubuntu 2010 UKUI. It's Ubuntu Kylin user interface, I believe that would stand for. Linux 5.8 kernel, and that's the settings. So now what we're going to do is check out the updater, and while that's doing that, I'm going to run through this system quickly. Etsy, Samba, and check out my smb.conf file. Yep, it's definitely that's in there. So very interesting that it was working and now it's not. So we have 536 megabytes of downloads. So let's install that now. What are we updating? LibreOffice and all that. Kylin base. Okay, let's install. It's quite a fair bit, 249 megabytes for the Kylin base. So that's hopefully some little fixes here and there, maybe. Well, there's definitely a Samba update in there. So there's a Samba update. So hopefully that might sort out my Samba issues. So while that's doing an update, let's open up a few applications here. Settings. And we've got this task view here, which I think I showed on my coming soon video. which is quite a nice overview, to be honest. So you can click anywhere for that to go back to the desktop. Now, I don't know if there's a keyboard shortcut for that. Let's try the Windows. No, that's just the menu. So Windows and Tab key, Windows and Tab key. So that's Windows Tab. There we go. And we got Alt Tab. So that's your Alt Tab, and if you keep pressing the Tab key, it moves it round. Very nice. That's not a bad little Alt Tab, I must say. And like we said, you can minimize and maximize the menu. You can have it in alphabetical categories. You can have them in actual named categories. Or you can just have it in this case, in the maximized menu, it's a grid style. Then it's just an icon style with, doesn't look like it's in any particular order, does it? So it starts off with A here, but you've got some applications up the top here till it gets to A, and then it goes in alphabetical order. So there must be recent, yeah, okay, so I've just opened Firefox. I used the video as well. Kylin Assistant I used, the Control Center, and the Updater I've got open, and also Simple Screen Recorder. So they're the latest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, latest 6 or 7 up on top there. We have a calendar, which is quite a nice looking calendar. We don't have calendar in the menu though. So under Internet we have Firefox web browser, Remina and Thunderbird Mail. I think Remina is a desktop assistant, remote desktop, yep. Thunderbird Mail. Under video we have a burner. Is that a specific app? About burner application for GNOME. I wonder if that's the old, used to be a GNOME something back in the day. Cannot remember the name of it now. Cheese, Kylin Video, Rhythm Box and Simple Screen Recorder. Under Image we have a document scanner, Eye of Mate image viewer, LibreOffice Draw and Shotwell. We've got some games. Office we have PDF viewer and the full LibreOffice suite. Mate calculator, Mate dictionary, Pluma and Vim. And then you got some system stuff there. A lot of Mate stuff in here as well. Notebook. So you got a notebook there. What's that do? Empty note. New note. Yes, exit that. Monday, today, year. Okay. Time and date setting. Takes you straight to the settings there. Night mode. You've got a night mode there. Show desktop. Got your audio volume controller there, which you can scroll up and down to change. Don't have any jump list to go directly to settings though, I've noticed. Simple Screen Recorders on Macs. Microphone there, so you got device volume and application volume. You can maximize and minimize that, but it doesn't have a link to go directly to, oh yeah, you do actually. So right click and sound preferences. There we go. And now it's changed back to Yeti microphone again. Wow. Because normally that would be on built-in audio, analog stereo normally. I don't understand why that keeps changing back. I'm not sure what this is. New connection, open main window, preferences. Oh yeah, so if you right click that arrow, you've got lock this panel, adjust. Oh yeah, so you can adjust the position of the panel. up there. That's right clicking the panel. Back down the bottom. What's it look like on the left? Not too bad. Back on the bottom, we've got a size adjustment, medium and large. Wow, that's a bit too big. Small is just right. Actually, I would have thought the small here would be like a medium, to be honest. And then you'd have a smaller one again, and then large would be a little bit bigger than this. Show system monitor, show desktop, setup panel. So you can set up panel under the desktop in the settings. Okay. I will pause and come back once this has finished updating. So it's downloading Snapd, so it must have snaps by default. Okay, so that is the update complete. We're going to restart the system. So I'm going to pause, restart the system and come back into the desktop. So here we are back into the desktop of Ubuntu Kylin. After a massive big update, everything's gone pretty well. Let's just see, there was a Samba update. I'm very interested to see whether we can get into the home network, and still there's nothing. I don't know what's going on with the Samba version in here. This is the Peony Qt. Now I think that's their own file manager. It probably needs a little bit of sorting out. Icon view, list view, ascending, descending, show hidden, forbid thumbnailing, resident in backend, parallel options. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on with the SMB. And still hitting the enter key only maximizes the menu rather than open the application itself. Let's just do that again. I'm going to delete that comment or uncomment it, or comment it out, sorry. I'm not on VirtualBox, so I cannot log in. Well, I can log in and log back out. Let's try that. Or can I restart? Right, I was just trying to remember how to restart the Samba. So sudo service smbd stop. Now if we check the status of that, service dash status dash all, service, I think that's a dash dash status dash all. SMB is not running. Okay, so if we go to SMB start and then check the status again, that should be running, which it is. Okay, Samba add DC, I'm not sure what that is. Whoopsie, is that an error? We've got a whoopsie in here, whoopsie. And it's running. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, so let's try that again and see what happens. Computer. Nothing in that at all. I think I need to add the terminal to the taskbar, pin to the taskbar. There we go, that's better. Gee, searching for that all the time. So let's go back into there. I'm not sure why this is not working. It was working at one stage, so it's very hit and miss with this thing here. Let's do a stop, and let's just check the status of that. Should be stopped. Yes, it is. And let's do a start. Okay, check the status. SMBD is running. And this thing always pops up as well when it opens the network, which is really strange. I'm not doing that. It's doing that on its own. Tags, all tags, file system, computer, computer view, icon view, list view. So they've got a computer view. Okay. So if I try, I think it's SMB. Doesn't allow me to type in here either. You've got a split screen there as well. And normally you can type down the bottom here, but it's not allowing me to do that either. Double click doesn't do anything. Oh, yes it does. So that's a bit of a sticking point for me because I need to access my home network. So I don't know why it was working and then suddenly it's not working. So let's check out software on the real hardware. And as you can see, you still got the Chinese things here. So you've got the restricted, universe, multiverse, main and deb. I'm not quite sure what that is. Ubuntu software source. All software. So that just goes on and on. And then you got the Windows substitute. Not too many there, but it's enough, I suppose. And then you got these categories here, if you know what the category is. This one is missing some environment. Nothing happening there. So I'm not sure what this thing is. I'm not sure what this thing is for. And this is the software sources. What's that do? Updating software. Updating the software source. Complete. Doesn't display the full text on that message either. So there's a few little hiccups in. This is quite a nice. It's quite a nice desktop, but there are a few hiccups I've noticed in here that can be a little bit annoying. And one of them is obviously the network for me. The enter button, maximizing and minimizing that. I think you should be able to just hit this, and whatever search criteria comes up here, the first one on top should open up when pressed enter button. That's the normal behavior of a menu anyway. I don't know if that's their intended behavior or not. Hard to say. And the calendar, it's got a calendar, but you can't really add. Doesn't appear to have anything where you can add like birthdays or reminders or anything like that. So that's another issue for me as well. Now I have got a laptop over here running Deepin 2010. So these two seem to be in competition with each other, these two Chinese distros, but I have to think Deepin desktop environment is the more mature one of them all, although I think Ubuntu Kylin has been around for quite a while. Yeah, I'm not sure if it works better in Chinese or what. I'm not sure. Maybe it does. Maybe there's a bit of a hiccup between communications within the desktop running under English. I don't know, because it is pretty much made for the Chinese market for sure. I don't know many people. I don't know if anyone knows anyone that runs Ubuntu Kylin. Not sure about that. DLMGT. I'm not really sure. Clean DL, what is that? Let's click on it and find out. It doesn't even open. So click on that. Nothing. So you'd have to have something there, or no, because there's no DL tasks. That's what it says. And what's this one up here? All global search. It searches all application software under the software source. The search software may be unavailable or other quality problems. Other quality problems. Wow. Quality problems. We just don't want problems in the first place, let alone quality problems. That could be a huge problem with quality problems. I'm not sure what that's all about. You got to log in here. So you can log into the software store. So that's what this password thing is all about. The which is, where was that? That's here. So that must be logging into the store or something like that. That's what that probably is. You do have a sidebar here with the notification center and some plugins. Clock, notebook. It's got a notebook plugin. What's the notebook do? What can we do with this? If we, oh, that's a new one. So if we delete that. Oh, so you got to double click it. How do you close it? Oh, there. So delete it. Okay. Welcome to Ubuntu Kylin. Oh, let's give it a red one. Okay. Let's close it. And we can open it. Okay. Empty note, and that gets rid of them all. And that's just the list view or grid view. Are you sure you want to exit the notebook? Yes. Burner. I'm trying to think of what that burner program was quite a long time ago. Was it GNOME Burner or GNOME Disk? GNOME something, I think it was. And this Peony here doesn't have a version number. Doesn't have a version number. Open directory as admin. Let's see if that works. See, the admin stuff doesn't work either. So there's a few little issues there within Ubuntu Kylin. Nice desktop, I quite like it, but yeah, I wouldn't be using it with all these little hiccups here and there. Hopefully once it matures a bit more and they iron out some of these issues, it could be quite a nice desktop to use, this one. So anyway, that was Ubuntu Kylin. It was going to be a quick look around. It ended up being a bit of a long look around. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting and informative, and thanks for watching.